I never thought in a million years I wanted to be a financial advisor. I mean, I remember as a little girl, I would go outside in the front. I don't know, it seems like inappropriate at this stage with the way the world is, but like 10 years old, I'd go out in the front, I'd kind of just, play on the grass, and I'd be like playing with the trees and stuff, and I'd kind of sing to myself, but secretly I was hoping someone would discover me, like hear this amazing voice. It's kind of like, Ariel, like, oh, like I'd be like singing, and like the neighbor would be like, wow, you're amazing, and like I would somehow, like the limos that would drive by, I'd always think like Kirk Cameron was in there because he was my favorite. Does anyone remember Kirk Cameron? Yeah, so he was my favorite, and I'm like, oh my God, Kirk Cameron's probably in there, and then someone's just gonna discover me. And what I discovered was that I had to discover myself. No one was discovering me, and it definitely wasn't for my voice. And even when I decided to pursue becoming a singer-songwriter, I was 25 years old, and I had written a bunch of songs, and wasn't trained in that either, but I was really passionate about it. And I was sitting in my room at my parents' house at 25 thinking like, what did I want to do? I was really considering this whole singer-songwriter idea. And I decided to move to Philadelphia. I was in California. I decided to move all the way across the country, and I took a huge risk because I just thought, if I follow my passion, it will lead me somewhere. I didn't know where, but I thought, you know what, I want to take this risk because I knew someone in Philly who could maybe record an album, and I was like, okay, maybe that's going to help me be discovered, right? But instead I went to Philly on my own, started from nothing, and just committed to making it work, whatever it was. And instead of being discovered, I actually had to learn. I became a student. I went there to record an album, and instead I started to learn how to sing, learn how to play guitar and get better, and for a year or two I did training. So some of you are here thinking like, well, I should just know how to sell, or I should just be good at sales, or maybe some of you think you are good at sales already. I know a lot of financial advisors come into my world and they're like, sales is not my problem, it's leads. Well, if you're really good at sales, you'd be selling people to give you referrals, and then you'd have plenty of leads, right? So your problem is, if you're not making enough money, it's always a sales problem. Because sales is just driving people to action, driving them to the next step.